Morning, everyone. Gotta love that first sip of the day. You just have to. Oh, especially down here by the water. Beautiful view. Beautiful coffee. Can't ask for anything better. Looks like it's going to be a gorgeous day. Fortunately, that means I'm going to have to wear my hat. I don't like wearing a hat, but I've been working outdoors long enough to know that when the sun's out, you need the hat. Especially if I'm out in the canoe, paddling on the water. You've got to have sun protection. That hat is mandatory. For me, anyway. Hopefully we'll get some fishing in today. I'd like to have a fish dinner at least once this week. Oh, it was a good night. We sat around by the fire for a while. And the night before I was saying, just as the sun went completely down, the mosquitoes come out, and they were nasty. But I had turned off that thermocell. So last night, just before that magical time, I turned on both thermocells, and I lit 2 mosquito coils, and basically surrounded us. Those mosquitoes came out. They didn't care. Thermocell, mosquito coils, we don't give a shit. We're coming for you. So it didn't take very long that we decided it'd be a better idea to just crawl into the tent. So we hopped in the tent, read for a little while, went to sleep. But because they weren't calling for any rain overnight, we slept with the doors wide open. Nothing but the screen between us and outside. It's beautiful. So what's today gonna bring? Will it be a fish dinner? Will it just be a relaxing day? Yeah, I doubt that relaxing day thing is gonna happen. I know at some point I'm gonna want to cut some firewood. Just to keep replenishing the pile that I've been digging out of. I cut quite a bit yesterday, but we used most of it. And with what's left of that and with what's left back in the woods, I figure I should have enough for maybe 2 nights. But we're still here for at least 3. So if I cut a bit more wood today, then I should be okay and not have to cut any wood at all for the rest of the week. But we'll see, because I think they're saying it's going to be a little cooler tomorrow, so I might just burn what we have and cut some more tomorrow. But for now, I'm just going to sit here, enjoy my coffee, and this beautiful view. I just dropped Ann off at the car. She had to go back to the highway so she could get some reception, just to check on how things are going at home. So I've got about an hour. I've got my rod. I'm gonna grab my life jacket. I got the radio. When she gets back, she's gonna radio me and let me know she's here, and I'll come back and pick her up. So we're gonna hit the water and see if we can catch some dinner. So from the launch point, I've paddled all the way up the river, up to where there's the T, past the camp, battling the wind the whole way. Now I've crossed, and there's a big weed bed off to my right here. And there's another one just past that. And then we're going to pass the camp and go further down river. I trolled all the way here, not even so much as a bite. But I did see a few fish jump at this end this morning. And with the weed bed right here, it's a good spot. Anne's only going to be gone an hour or so. So I figure if I just stay around in this bay, at least I'll be close by when she gets back. I can paddle back and pick her up. But I'm going to try and follow as close to this weed bed as I can. There's a couple of little bays. There's a little bay here. And then the next bay is the bay where the camp is in. So we'll paddle around and hopefully pick something up. Preferably fish, not weeds. Woo! Okay, and this weed bed's spread out, so we may be getting weeds. I was following along the edge and all of a sudden I'm right in the middle of it. Yep, there's the bottom. Well, we got one, but I forgot the net at home. And when he got right beside the boat, he spit out the hook and took off. But he wasn't very big. But where there's one, there's more. Let's keep looking. Well, looks like there's fish on the menu tonight. He's not super big, but he swallowed the hook way too deep. And getting the hook out, he was just wounded way too badly. When he's wounded that bad, if he's not going to survive, I may as well eat him. Now, let's go see if we can get another one. New plan. Anne's back. I dropped her off at camp. She saw that I've got only one fish and that's not enough for dinner. So she's relaxing at camp. And I'm out here trying to catch the rest of dinner. If not, we'll make something else and we'll have a little bit of fish for a snack. Either way, we're eating fish tonight. Just look at that beautiful camp setup. Alright, let's turn off and see if we can't go catch some fish. Look at the nice big chunk of chaga on that tree. I got was that one fish. I've coated it with fish crisp. We had brought some leftover mashed potatoes from home and a couple of leftover barbecued pork chops from home. I heated up the potatoes in the pan. I heated up the pork chops in the pan. Now I've added a bit of oil in there and I'm going to cook the fish. There's only enough for a snack, so if we add that to our supper, it should be delicious. Refried mashed potatoes, refried barbecued pork chops, and here's a bit of that fish that I caught today. This is going to be awesome. Let's get into some of this fish. My first fish this year. It's too bad there was only one. That tastes like I need to go fishing tomorrow. Morning, everyone. We're doing things a little differently this morning. I'm not having a whole pot of coffee. I'm drinking this 1 cup. Then we're going to hit the water and try and catch some fish. It was pretty hard going yesterday afternoon. They just weren't biting at all. But every morning I see them jumping all over in the bay here. And every evening they're jumping all over. So we decided last night, first thing this morning, I'm going to go and fish for an hour or two. If I catch dinner, I catch dinner. If I don't catch dinner, we'll figure something out. We'll eat something else. A lot of the firewood I get around here is all softwood. It's all spruce and cedar and pine. It burns so fast. We've gone through most of what I had. There's just a little bit left. So I think I'm going to fish for a little bit this morning. And then this afternoon it's going to be a hunt for firewood again. Oh. That struggle for fire never ends. Oh, it's okay. Cutting firewood is the fun part anyway. Shh, don't tell Anne. let's go fishing. Because Anna's often with me when we're using the canoe, we bought the 16-foot prospector. But the problem with that is when I go by myself, it can be a little hard to control. So usually, I'll take a few big rocks and I'll put them in right in the nose of the canoe, just to keep this end down into the water. Helps me to steer it a little better. That little extra weight in the front, keeping the nose in the water, helps prevent the wind from pushing me sideways too much and pushing the nose all over. Okay, front's weighed down, seat's ready, paddles are in. Can't forget the fishing rod. I've got my radio turned on. Anna's still sleeping, so I turned on her radio and I just threw it on my bed. Anything happens, at least we can communicate. When she wakes up, she can let me know she's up and I can come back and have some coffee. Oh, I gotta go put Lucy in the tent with her, otherwise she's gonna jump in a lake and try and follow us. So I'm gonna go put Lucy in the tent, then we're out of here. Now that we're on the water, let's get a line out there. Hopefully we catch enough for dinner. But even if we don't catch nothing, it's still a beautiful place to be. It's called fishing, not catching. But every time I'm out here, I always catch a beautiful view. What's that old saying? Bad day fishing is still better than a good day at work. As much as I would love to have fish for dinner, I just couldn't resist paddling through this marshy area and getting a couple of pictures of the beautiful flowers that are out here. Nature is amazing. Look at the size of this thing, and it's just growing right through a rock. Let me see if I can back up the canoe and get you a look at size of this thing. Amazing. It's almost 11 o'clock. I've caught a few, but too small to even bother turning on the camera. Nothing worth keeping at all. So, I'm gonna paddle my way back to camp. Fishing along the way. I think I'm gonna go warm up the rest of that coffee. We needed more firewood. Mission accomplished. Now let's cut this up. I think after I cut and split all of this, I will have earned my dip in the lake. That's everything all cut up. Now I guess it's time to start splitting. It looks cold. So the plan was to finish cutting up that firewood, and then Anna and I were going to go swimming. And then this rain started. As soon as the rain started, Anne jumped in to clean off and rinse off a little bit. I finished up the firewood, and then I just went for a quick dip just to rinse off all that sweat and blech. Change, put a nice clean shirt on, clean underwear, clean socks. Feels so good. I threw the tarp over the firewood, and now we're just gonna hunker down in under here under the tarp. Hopefully this rain stops soon and we can light the fire and cook some supper later. Well, that's the joys of camping. You can't tell Mother Nature to stop raining. She doesn't listen. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't last. And if it does, we'll figure something out. The rain seems to have stopped for now. So I've got the fire lay all set up. While it was raining, I sat under the tarp and I took a couple of pieces of the firewood and I made a whole bunch of kindling. And a couple of ugly feather sticks. And just as the rain started, I had spotted this dry piece this morning and I was hoping to use it to light the fire. When the rain started, I grabbed it and I tossed it under the tarp so it's still nice and dry. So tonight, we're lighting the fire, flint and steel. I've got some charred cloth in here. We're gonna spread it apart just to create some fine fibers. Set it on top of our, in this case, quartz. There we go. Now I just dig a little hole in here with my finger. That's what happens when you see the rain coming and you manage to keep your stuff dry. just get the bacon in the pan and it starts to pour. Well, I hope you're okay with soft cooked bacon, because that rain is putting the fire out. Okay. Like it or not, the eggs are going to be scrambled. Some bacon, eggs, and a little bit of cold leftover mashed potatoes. All rolled up in a wrap. Camp dinner in a rain. Anne caught a chill, so she escaped to the tent. The rain has slowed. Looks like it's trying to break up. And look, it's a double rainbow. I don't know if you can see this one really clear, and this one is very, very faint. Well, that's cool. Canoe's up on the rocks where I left it. There's a puddle by the fire pit. There's a puddle in the fire pit. Oh, wow. That's how deep it is. Yeah, I think it rained.